All right, I'm gonna show you how to make bath bombs. Bath bombs are like all the rage right now, right? They make fantastic gifts. So let's dive in and see how we make one. I have tried lots of different recipes. I've made hundreds and hundreds of bath bombs, and the recipe I'm gonna show you is the one that I have found to be the best. And I also am not a fan of any colorants, okay? Because there's too much toxic stuff that could be in them or whatever. So I make all of mine just totally white. It's up to you if you want to do it with a color, but I'm not going to show you how to use a color. All right, so we're totally white, totally non-toxic. All right, we need baking soda. We need Epsom salts, coconut oil, or any carrier oil that you want as like a nourishing for your skin. You need a witch hazel, citric acid that you can get on Amazon or in the canning section of a lot of stores. And I think that's it. Oh, yes, and you need a spray bottle, okay, for the witch hazel. All right, so let's dive in. So I have a glass bowl here. If you're gonna use any citrus oils in your recipe, you want to use a glass bowl, no plastic, okay? All right, so I need 2 cups of baking soda. It does not need to be measured perfectly whatsoever. Okay, there is not an exact science with this. So we need 2 cups baking soda, 1 cup citric acid. I told you I make a lot of bath bombs. See, look, I got a ton of citric acid. And then we need half a cup of Epsom salt. So we have 2, 1, a half. This is a 1/4 cup, so I gotta have 2 of them. All right. All right, so then we have our white mixture, and we are going to, here, let's move this out of the way. We are going to just stir it up with a fork. A fork works the best for this and one of the other steps, so I highly recommend a fork, okay? You're gonna get all the clumps out, make it nice and powdery and white, like freshly fallen snow. Okay, all right, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our essential oils next, okay? So you can choose whatever combination you want to soak in the tub with. I mean, anything, you know, anything. So, but I'm gonna start with Stress Away, because who doesn't love Stress Away? It's amazing, especially in a bath, and lavender together, all right? So we have found that about 30 drops to this recipe is the sweet spot. So I'm gonna do 15 Stress Away and 15 lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You can see how quick I did that. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be, okay? It doesn't matter if you get more or less. All right, I think that was about good. All right, then we're going to use our fork and we are gonna stir again really good to get that all mixed up. All right. And we can post or just ask too if you want different combinations that work well together in bath bombs. There are tons. All right, so they're stirred up, that's stirred up really good. Then I'm gonna take my coconut oil, and you need 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, okay? So I'm gonna pour it in. This is one of the tricks, all right? You have to go really slow, and you have to be mixing as you go. You don't want the liquid to activate the citric acid and it start to fizz, okay? You want to leave that fizzing action for the bath. So we just go slow and you stir at the same time, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect right now. We're just trying to get that liquid mixed up. All right, so don't just dump 3 tablespoons in here. That's a mistake that a lot of people make. All right, so we're stirring, and the fork just does so good with this, okay? Stirring, a little bit at a time, stirring. Okay, I know, it's hard for a video, right? Because I'm trying to go fast. Okay, so I'm gonna just mix up again, and now you're gonna start to get more of like a fluffy white mixture. So I'm just kind of smashing with the fork, smashing and turning. All right, you do need to work kind of quick because now that we've started to add the liquid, we don't want it to dry out, okay? No, we don't want it to dry out. So I've mixed it up really good. And now for what I think is the fun part. So I put my witch hazel in a little spray bottle. This is another little trick, all right? And you're going to spray 3, 4, 5, about 5 sprays at a time. Then you're gonna use your hand and you're just gonna massage it in, all right? Just get it all in there, mix it up really good. Then you're gonna do 5 more light sprays and mix it up again. Again, we're trying not to activate that citric acid, so we're going slow. So I'm gonna do this. I can't tell you exactly how many times to do this. Maybe somewhere in the 30s, 40, but it's about the feel of it. You're looking to get wet sand. This is still too dry, it's kind of crumbly. We're trying to get the feel of wet sand. All right, so you don't want to hear that fizzing, okay? If you start to hear a bunch of fizzing, you're putting too much liquid in at one time. So keep mixing it up. This smells amazing. I know you can't smell the video, but it does. Got that stress away in lavender, it's amazing. All right, I think I'm gonna do a little bit more. And once you make these enough, you kind of get the feel of it. You kind of get used to exactly what it should feel like. Let's see. All right, I think this is gonna be good. All right, so do you see how it's not crumbling? It's being held together. This is good. All right, you're gonna take your mold now, okay? There's lots of different molds. You can get like stainless steel or aluminum molds like this, the round ones. You can get these plastic ones that are kind of really like a Christmas ornament, I think. You can get these flat ones that come like that, these plastic ones, or you can get, this is like a silicone mat. This was actually in the candy making section. Like I said, I made hundreds of these. I think it's the easiest and the least amount of frustration to use these flat ones, okay? But you absolutely can do the balls. They just take a little more finesse, and they are a little finicky, to be honest. But let's make this easy. Let's just do a flat one because they're cute too. Okay, pull up my sleeves here. All right, so you take the mold, whatever mold it is. This happens to be a heart, and you're gonna push the mixture down in there. This is the key. You got to get it packed in there really tight. So you got to keep pushing all over. This is the same if you do it in the ball. You know, you'd be pushing into each side as you would here in this flat one, okay? So they're gonna turn out like this here. Do you see these, all right? They're nice and smooth, and this rough on the edges, you can get rid of that when it dries. So the other good thing about these molds is it's pretty easy to make a bunch of them at one time because they're gonna come out of the mold, and then you can just keep making them. So you need, you can use like a scraper to make this flat, or you can just kind of use your hands. So I have pushed and pushed and pushed, and then I'm going to flip it over on a hard surface. You're gonna have to let these dry overnight, so don't just do this like right on your counter. You could do it on like a cookie sheet or something. So I'm gonna just kind of lift it up as I tap, 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 and it will slide right out. Beautiful. And you sigh of relief and you're like, yes, it didn't crack, it's fantastic. You gotta kind of work kind of quick though, because if this mixture starts to dry, then you're just gonna have to add some more witch hazel, okay? In order to keep it all nice and compact, you need to keep it moist, all right? So you can just keep doing this and keep laying them out. So then you wanna let this dry overnight, and in the morning it will be a nice hard bath bomb. You could do something really cute, like you could package 2 of them together in a bag. That is darling, all right? So there's so many fun ideas that you can do. But have fun. If you have any questions, just ask. All right, good luck.